Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we reintroduce our project car. Alright, so you've already seen the car on the channel. This is our 2002 M3 that we purchased to make the S54 wagon. We've got loads of videos on that S54 wagon. I'll have the link to that playlist in the description below. This is going to be Kai's race car. Now we have a white E46 and now we have a black E46. So we're basically going to be building this car and my car parallel to each other. So same upgrades, but most of the parts will be from a different manufacturer. So for example, this car is probably going to end up being turbocharged where mine is supercharged. It's going to have similar wheels, similar sized wheels, but different. It's going to have similar sized brakes, but different. Similar spec anti-roll bars, but from a different manufacturer. Now this car, as you can see, needs almost everything but the body itself. So we did end up finding a 330. So this is what we'll be doing is getting that 330 CI. It is a manual. We found that here locally. We're gonna be picking that up soon and doing a video on that. And essentially we're gonna be swapping the entire subframes, front and rear. The 325 subframes is what's on this right now, which is what came off the wagon. So it does have slightly smaller brakes than the 330. It's got a different diff than the 330. I have a different drive shaft than the 330, different transmission. All that's gonna be gone. And basically what we're making here is a non-M M3. Now, I did have quite a few comments on Reddit when we were posting talking about this car. Oh, well, why aren't you just putting an S54 back in it? And just kind of goes off on why we would put an M54 back in the car. And the real reason for that is that the S54 engine is just absolutely stupid price right now. We can't afford a $7,000 engine, just the engine. That's not the transmission, that's not the ECU, that's not drive shaft, rear diff, front subframe. It would be tens of thousands of dollars to put this back to where it was. And if you're gonna spend that kind of money, we can just go find an M3 for mid to low teens and start from there instead of doing this, where we can find a 330 for less than $2,000 and move everything into this. And as many of you already know, my 330 CI has an M3 front bumper. It has the M3 styled hood. It's the GTR hood. It's got M3 front fenders, M3 flares in the back that make it the same dimensions as an M3 rear fender flare. So basically what we're starting here is a car where a bunch of the body's already there. So we're gonna be doing some pink things on the car. It looks like, as our little discussion that we've been having with the car, it looks like we'll probably be doing the brake calipers pink, the toe strap pink, maybe the harnesses and a few things on the inside just to kind of put a little bit of a touch on it. Kind of the same places I have red in my race car. We're gonna be doing pink on this. If we don't end up doing that, we've looked at just wrapping the whole car pink. Kai is a big fan of the color pink. So that's something that we've seriously looked into doing. The paint on this car is actually in really good condition. It needs a good cut and buff. It needs some polishing, needs a little bit of love, but it's really not bad at all. Where we're not missing any clear coat, which is probably the biggest thing to a paint job. If you start to lose clear coat, it's difficult to get that back. You're repainting things, and I've just never been very good at feathering and getting clear coat back on it. Then you're taking it to a shop, a lot of stuff like that. So we're both really excited to get this project started. You will be seeing the 330 CI very soon on the channel. This is just the perfect candidate for what we're wanting to do with the car. The interior will be completely stripped. So we do have some videos coming up soon where we are just stripping the interior and getting it prepped. Everything that I did kind of half-assed on my car will be done properly and done the first time around on this car, where all of my mistakes were, I was like, well, I'm just gonna cut that a little bit. Well, it wasn't enough, I'm gonna cut a little bit more. Well, that wasn't enough, I'm gonna cut. On this car, we have all of that knowledge we'll be putting right into it. And that way we're not having to redo projects several times to get it right the first time. So hopefully this will actually end up turning out better than mine did in the end. We will be having a separate Instagram for this car specifically. So if you want to follow that, that will be linked in the description below. We haven't decided on a name yet, so that's why I'm not saying it, but it will be linked in the description, and I'll probably put it in the comments as well. So make sure you follow that. Also make sure to follow us on our main Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, where we'll be doing giveaways. We already did one this summer for Super Clean. All you have to do to be part of that is follow us on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, if you want to roast us for putting a non-M engine in an M3, put your comments down in the comment section below and we'll make sure to reply to all of the hate ones as well. We are very excited for this. We hope you are too. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you in the next one.
Bam!